Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the second Wolverine. Actually, we've done several videos on the Wolverine, but this is the second one we've done recently. And we're just doing a little bit of final touches. I wanted to show how we do some wet sanding. So we've got a little tub of water right here, and I've got a couple of different grades. Now, these are old and beat up sanding sponges, but they're the grades I want, so that's fine. And I'll use these until they're all messed up, and then I'll get new ones. If I wanted to keep going into finer grades, they have the film where it's not even a sponge, and you can usually find the films. It'll be a little rectangle around the model rockets or something like that in a craft store. That's where they usually have them. If we were going to sand something like this forearm right here, I would just dip a little bit of water on there, and then dip the sponge in the water. And what we're trying to do is avoid micro scratches, because this, in 1/6 scale, everything is, you got to keep it tight. And a little bit of sanding will help to kind of show what plane you meant. It can be a little it can help refine something. And the arrows are around here somewhere. He's got 2 arrows in the back, and then a kind of an arrow type thing coming out of his hip right here. And that just adds a little bit of action, a couple of action lines. I like my Wolverine with a couple of arrows. It's just like story. He's been fighting. He's still fighting. And I've got to clean up the inside of these claws. But I've filed them and I've sanded them, and just need to touch up the inside of them a little bit. Yeah, because if I hit this without the water, one, it would make a very irritating sound. And you might not be able to see the little micro scratches it would be causing, but under the right lighting, they are there. So the water just gives that little bit of slickness. And now I'm just looking at it through the camera. You always, every time you look at it through a camera, whether you're taking a picture or a video, or like now I'm just looking at it through my smartphone, and it looks different. It looks different. I'm seeing different things. If I went and put it in the mirror, sculptors know. I mean, that can shake your faith. If you look at something in a mirror and go, what the heck is that? Because we're all either, well, I don't really know anything about this, but some would say we're right-brained or left-brained or whatever all that is. I don't know. But it can definitely be shocking to look at something through a mirror, and or a photograph or a video. All helpful. Or sunlight. Sunlight. You will be, it's like looking at a new sculpture. If you've been looking at it through some GE bulbs for, you know, a week, take it out in the sun. And not, you know, I'm just sanding little things here and there. I'll put it all under the sink and clean it off real good, so that all this little filth and muck, which will dry and leave white stuff, like you can see here. Here's some. Here's some. And the square base, you know, I could keep working on it forever, but I want it to look kind of handmade. I could go buy a piece of marble or a piece of slate or whatever it is, some kind of cool rock, but I like it to look handmade. Like this is something that came out of our studio, and I know Brandon does too. And so if there's some detail that I like, I don't sand that spot as much. I let it be. If it's something I don't like, I'll probably sand the shit out of it, and then go back and add some more later. I might sand it out of existence, or Dremel it, or carve it out of existence. If I'm looking at something the third, fourth, fifth time thinking, I don't like that, that's not good. And I'll probably take it out with the Dremel or the X-Acto. You know, I always talk about my favorite X-Acto is the round number 2. And I like that round edge as opposed to the straight X-Actos. I think you get more of an organic, you tend to get more of an organic cuts, and you don't leave as many little that sharp edge on the average X-Acto that's just going to a point will mess up a sculpture more than, you know, it's just statistics. It's just numbers. You'll get better lines and cuts and carves with a curved X-Acto blade. And while I'm rambling about blades, don't cut towards yourself. Don't cut or carve towards yourself. Always carve away from yourself. I've been watching Alone. I really like that show. And man, a lot of the time they cut themselves. They're cutting towards themselves. And you can probably take out 50% of cuts if you'll just cut or carve away from yourself. So I just wanted to do, I'm supposed to keep these videos short, so I just wanted to do some wet sanding so y'all can see if and when we talk about this. Oh yeah, I've seen them do that. I saw them do it. And it's no secret. I mean, a lot of people do this. But especially with this Aves, man, it sands up very well. And like I talked about the sanding films, which I don't want to get up and look for, but you probably know what I'm talking about. They come in different colors, and with some water, I mean, this would just keep getting shinier and shinier until it looked like a little marble, because Aves is a quality product. Not that I'm doing a commercial for Aves. I'm not. We don't have any We're not tied up with Aves in any way. I just like it. And if you're making something for a collector, I mean, it is strong. It's durable. So, and now I'm just looking for little things. We don't want to sand it so much that it starts losing something. We still want it to be crisp. But the sanding helps to show exactly what you mean. You're consolidating the planes, and it's like, yes, look at it here, and this line goes here, and this line is, not important. And so it just helps to get it a little bit tighter. But I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's staying safe. And thank you so much. Like we always say, your support on Patreon means more than ever to us now. I don't know. I'm wrapping up this Wolverine, so I don't know if we'll do another video on it or not. But we'll going to go back to the Frazetta piece and go from there. So we'll be talking to y'all soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Peace.